Hello and welcome back, scholars. Today, our objective or our learning target is I can write an equation with an unknown to make sense of a two-step word problem. I can solve addition and subtraction problems within 20 using mental strategies. So the focus again is that it's going to be a two-step word problem, and we're going to be using mental strategies, which means we are thinking in our heads. All right, so first things first, make sure that you remember that sometimes numbers are written in word form. So sometimes you might look at a word problem and say, oh wait, there are no numbers. How do we know what to add or subtract? But again, you do need to know what the numbers look like in word form as well. 17 kites were flying in the park. 8 came down. How many kites remained flying? So, key number 17. The other key number 8. And then they were flying in the park, but then they came down. And how many kites remained? So this is an indication that if they were flying high in the sky and 8 came down, the 8 that came down are no longer flying in the sky, correct? So let's think about how many kites remain. How many are still in the sky after those 8 came down? All right, so let's look. Let's turn these word numbers into numerical numbers. So we have 17 were flying. Now we're going to add or subtract. Both operations will be used, but let's look and see what the first one is. 17 were flying, 8 came down. If they're being taken away from the sky, then that is subtraction. So 17 minus 8 equals, and here's the unknown. Okay, 17 minus 8 equals. Most of the time, it's easiest to add in order to find a number than it is to subtract, especially when you're using mental strategies. So let's change that into an addition problem. 8 plus what equals 17? Because remember, this is the total number in this case of kites that were flying. So what we want to do is we want to always think about making 10. So if we have 8 plus what is equivalent to 10? So if we add 2 more, there's your 10. Okay, so once you make a 10, everything else is easy. So I have to think about 10 plus what will be equal to 17. Yes, 7 more. Excuse me. So there's our answer. 8 plus what equals 17? We found out that this 10 plus 7 equals 17. So we know that 8 plus 2 plus 7 equals 17. And 2 plus 7 is otherwise known as 9. All right. So, not to completely confuse you, because I know now you're thinking, well, this equals to 19. But we are just focusing on the fact that 8 plus 2 equals 10, and 10 plus 7 more equals 17. So we know that 2 plus 7 is 9, so 8 plus 9 is equal to 17. So how many kites remain? And whenever you start a sentence with a number, it always needs to be in words and not numbers. You really should not start a sentence with a numerical number. So we have 9, N-I-N-E, kites remained. And again, if you want to know the key words or the words to use to complete the sentence, just use part of the question. 9 kites remained flying. We are looking forward to seeing you write an equation with an unknown to make sense of a two-step word problem, along with solving addition and subtraction problems within 20 using mental strategy.